The countdown is officially on. The 2026 NFL Draft is headed to the city of Bridges, blue-collar grit and championship tradition, Pittsburgh. From April 23rd through April 25th, the football world turns its attention to one of the most exciting events on the calendar. 3 days, 7 rounds, hundreds of dreams realized. And for teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, a chance to reload, retour, and maybe take another step toward a Super Bowl. Welcome to Let's Talk Sports Spotlight. Today we're breaking down what makes this year's draft special, the atmosphere in Pittsburgh, top storylines to watch, and most importantly, what the Eagles might do when they're on the clock. Let's get into it. There's something fitting about Pittsburgh hosting the draft. This is a football city. Hard-nosed, historic, a place where the game still feels raw and real. You've got the legacy of the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6 Super Bowls, and decades of defensive dominance. And now, that football tradition takes center stage for the entire league. Expect massive crowds. Expect passionate fans, and expect a draft atmosphere that feels more like a playoff weekend than an off-season event. Because the NFL Draft isn't just about picks anymore, it's a spectacle! Every draft has its themes, and in 2026, a few storylines are dominating the conversation. Quarterback questions. Who goes first overall? Is there a clear franchise quarterback at the top, or will teams reach for potential? Quarterbacks always define the draft, and this year is no different. Trenches matter again. There's a lot of buzz around. Offensive linemen, edge rushers, defensive tackles. Teams are prioritizing the trenches again, and that's especially important for contenders. Speed everywhere. This draft class is loaded with speed. Wide receivers, defensive backs, return specialists. The modern NFL is about space, and this class fits that perfectly. Now let's talk about Philadelphia, because the Philadelphia Eagles enter this draft in a very interesting position. They're not rebuilding, they're not desperate, they're reloading. This is still a team built around a franchise quarterback in Jalen Hurts. They've got talent, they've got expectations, and they've got a front office led by Howie Roseman that has consistently shown one thing. They are aggressive, they are strategic, and they are not afraid to make moves. If you've watched the Eagles over the past few years, you know their blueprint. Build through the trenches. Stay strong on both lines and prioritize versatility. Philadelphia doesn't just draft for need, they draft for value, best player available, and that's what makes them dangerous. Because they don't panic, they wait, and then they strike. Now we're talking real 2026 draft board players, the guys actually coming out this year. And based on rankings, names like these are showing up consistently at the top of the boards. Orville Reese, linebacker edge, Ohio State. Why he fits the Eagles. Elite athletic linebacker and edge hybrid. Explosive and versatile defender. One of the top ranked players in the entire draft class. This screams Eagles. Versatile front 7 defender. Can rush, cover, and move all over the field. If he slides even slightly, Philly could pounce. David Bailey, edge, Texas Tech. Elite first step pass rusher. Double-digit sack production in college. High-end explosiveness off the edge. If the Eagles stick to their identity, this might be the most on-brand pick possible. They love pass rushers, and Bailey is one of the best in the class. Francis Mauga, OT Miami. Massive, physical, offensive tackle. Top-tier prospect at a premium position. Long-term protection. This is classic long-term Eagles thinking. They don't wait until the O-line becomes a problem. They draft ahead of it. Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame. One of the most explosive offensive players in the draft. Elite speed and big playability. Top-tier overall prospect. Now this would be interesting. Not typical Eagles value, but if he falls, you're talking about adding a game-breaking weapon to an already dangerous offense. Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State. One of the highest rated players in the class. Versatile modern NFL safety. Can cover, tackle, and play multiple roles. The Eagles secondary has been inconsistent at times. Downs is the type of player who changes that instantly. High IQ, high impact, day one contributor. Cornell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State. Polished route runner. Strong hands and vertical ability. First round caliber receiver. This would be more of a luxury pick, but Philly has never been afraid to add weapons, and Tate brings reliability and explosiveness. Ruben Bain Jr., edge, Miami. Powerful edge rusher, top defensive prospect. Disruptive presence in the backfield again. You can never have enough pass rushers in Philadelphia, and Bain fits that mold perfectly. Here's the truth. The Eagles are not drafting randomly. Based on history, expect this priority order. Defensive line and edge, offensive line, secondary, best player available. And this 2026 class is loaded in those areas. If I had to predict right now, the most Eagles outcomes are Arvo Weiss, David Bailey, Francis Mauigoa. Those three fit everything Philadelphia values. So this is the real 2026 draft board to watch for Philly. Arvo Weiss, David Bailey, Francis Mauigoa, Jeremiah Love, Caleb Downs, Cornell Tate, Ruben Bain Jr. Actual 2026 prospects, actual fits, actual Eagles DNA. Because when draft night hits in Pittsburgh, don't expect surprises, expect strategy. So as the 2026 NFL Draft heads to Pittsburgh, the stage is set. Future stars, franchise decisions, and unforgettable moments. For the Eagles, it's another opportunity to build something special. And if history tells us anything, they're going to be right in the middle of the action. So buckle up, because draft night is coming and anything can happen. If you enjoyed this preview, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your predictions in the comments. Who should the Eagles draft? Let's talk about it. See you next time on Let's Talk Sports.